Huge shout out to Seanie Dew for giving me the idea for this video. Go check out his channel and the video that made me start this all in the description. Anyone that has owned an Xbox 360 most likely has heard of the game Portal. Released on October 10th, 2007 as a part of the Orange Box for Windows and Xbox 360, it grew in popularity quite quickly. I had played the Orange Box when I was younger and fell in love with Portal, so years later, when Portal had gotten remastered with RTX added on, I decided to take another look at it. This time, after having a much better setup than an Xbox 360, I was excited to play this game after all those years. Starting off, you play as a shell who's been sleeping in this pod-looking thing. When you wake up, you are greeted by a radio playing music and a robot that introduces herself as GLaDOS. GLaDOS seems to be the reason you're in this facility anyways and wakes you up so you can complete test chambers for her. With not much else to do, we leave to the portal that GLaDOS makes available. As you play through the game, you eventually get the first part of the portal gun, allowing you to shoot a blue portal and the orange portal still being placed for you. Something I personally love about this remake is the fact that it looks amazing, but on top of it, it keeps the same physics as the original Portal. So, the skips and random cheese we all know and love are still there. Whoa. As you keep continuing through the game with one portal, you eventually run into a test chamber 11, seeing a large pool of what seems to be a vomit-inducing nightmare, and another portal gun shooting orange portals on a platform in the middle of the vomit-inducing nightmare. Shoot a portal here, here, and here, and now you have access to the full portal gun. I took the rest of the night to play some games with friends and came back to Portal the very next day. After sleeping for enough time that would make a bear impressed, I rolled out of bed and played some content warning to really get my day started. After all that, I hopped back on Portal and continued my little run through the main game. Click here and here, load, and start running through the game once more. Test Chamber 13, I impressed myself by doing the speedrun strat for this room. My mother still isn't proud of me, but I am, and I think that counts for something. Test Chamber 14 also has a skip right as you come out of the door, but I forgot how to do it, so I settled for the other skip option in this room and moved on. Am I showing you this to make you think I'm good at video games? No, I'm doing it for the extended runtime on this video. Do the military chamber that still gives me PTSD from doing the challenge with the least amount of steps, and continue on as if nothing happened. At this point in my run, I start hearing things, and I realize I had put food in the oven because I need that to survive, and took a small break to go get my food. Mostly because I have many problems floating around in my brain, I would put the plate of food down, forget about it until a few chambers later when my game bugged, then pause again to eat my food semi-cold. Do some fun little tricks that make me feel like a pretty neat guy and continue on like nothing happened. Quickly destroy the companion cube, getting the achievement fratricide, try not to think about how much I want to cry, and move forward through the game. At this point, GLaDOS reveals that after putting you through some test chambers, she wanted to kill you. Luckily for me, I've listened to Through the Fire and the Flames at least once, and with some quick thinking and the use of portals, I was able to evade death by fire. While being out of the test chambers, for some reason, a lot of this place has walls and platforms you can place portals on, which allow me to get through the area with ease. Interesting choice to put glass where a robot that shoots rockets goes, but who am I to judge? Use some portals, and big surprise, use more portals to eventually get crushed by a piston because I forgot how those work, and continue on through the back portion of the facility. After being threatened to be killed more times than my wife has threatened to take the kids, I get to the final area of the game. Lo and behold, GLaDOS is a robot that is also surprised to see you here. With some flashing screens and a long dialogue of evil villain killing you, she pulls a fast one and tries to kill you with rockets. Joke's on her, I have the fastest portal gun in the West and I missed. I shoot the rocket back at her and get this fancy little core. Like any other sane person would do, I grab the core from the ground, but I'm filled with rage, so I decided to throw it into the fire to avenge the companion cube. Apparently this core that fell from GLaDOS was her moral core that stopped her from flooding
the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin.
Yeah, that. So, like any evil robot does, she started flooding the room with neurotoxin gas, and you are at a race against time to shoot rockets, break off cores from GLaDOS, and burn each one in fire. After this epic final boss that I love dearly, I get sucked up into the sky because why not, and wake up in a parking lot of what I assume is the Aperture Science facility. Oh, and I'm getting dragged back. Don't worry though, you were rewarded with cake, I think, and a very fun song that I still love to this day. But when I did finish the game, a sense of dread filled my tiny little heart. It didn't take long since the game isn't that big, but what else is there to do? So after taking a look around, I remembered the achievements. Now, after looking at some of these achievements, most of them were pretty easy to get, or I had already collected by just playing the game, such as Labyrinth, Fratricide, Partygoer, and Heartbreaker, which you get after completing the game. Some of them I just had to get through going through the game, and I got accidentally, like Long Jump, where you need to jump 300 feet. I got this trying to get Terminal Velocity, where you need to fall 30,000 feet, and was actually pretty fun to do. I'm lying. I put 2 portals down and then watched a YouTube video for about 5 minutes. It was a waste of time. But a looming threat was just over the edge of these achievements. Terrible little devil bombs waiting to explode right in my face. With only 2.5% of players completing these achievements, it made me excited, but made me wonder why so many people haven't completed them. Well, the reason is simple. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing the challenges with the least amount of portals and the least amount of time, but the least amount of steps made me want to pull my intestines out. It wasn't as bad as some other achievements I've gotten for other games. Melania from Elden Ring. But oh boy, did the least amount of steps make me hate everything about this game. Even while watching a tutorial and going through these challenges, it took me nearly 3 days to complete. Again, I spent more time on Melania, but I didn't think a small little game like Portal was able to get me this angry. Now, I've already completed these achievements back at the start of February, so you can bet I'm not crazy enough to go and complete them again for your viewing pleasure. Or am I? No. This video is already taking a long enough time, and I'm not doing that. However, this is me playing through the game in the background. Aside from the achievement Friendly Fire, a quick Google search helped me complete Camera Shy and Transmission Received, and there's the lovely Advanced Maps. After completing all these steps, it was quite simple to gather the 15 available achievements for this game. Now that I have all the achievements and I'm done making this video, I can uninstall this game once more. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to check out my other ones and give me a thumbs up or comment below. If you don't, I understand, but just remember, this is who you're hurting. See you in the next video.